I have changed my mind about something, and I've sort of only just realised that. I want to talk about the idea of learning songs as part of guitar lessons or as part of a self-education routine, because I recently changed my mind about the value of this. I used to feel really strongly that there was no point, literally 0 point, in learning songs by well-known artists, because all that time could be spent on your own unique style, and learning someone else's material was frankly a waste. I absolutely take that back. Officially. As of today, I take that back. And the reason I felt I needed to make a video about that is because I've probably stated my former opinion in older videos. Something I really value about YouTube is being able to go back through old content and see how musicians or creators have developed over time, not just in the quality of their work, but also their opinions. I think there's real value in developing or completely overhauling ideas, because that's how we grow, that's how we evolve. On reflection, the reason I felt like this, I think, was because as a teenager, very rarely was I listening to the same music as my friends. When they were into Guns N' Roses, I was listening to LA Guns. When they were into Megadeth, I was into Status Quo, and when they were listening to Bullet for My Valentine, I was into NWA. And the normal thing when you're a kid jamming with friends is to bust out the solos and riffs for tracks that everyone likes, but no one wanted to hear solos from tracks they didn't know. Like, why would they? So I kind of felt alienated. I guess I ended up putting my personal grievances into my philosophy when teaching, which, if you've ever had a scary teacher at school, you know is a bad idea. And just for the record, I don't feel bad about inflicting my opinion on private students, because they would consistently ignore me and learn whatever songs they wanted to, because of course they would. It was pretty much the only thing I disagreed with my students about, and eventually I would cave in and help them because I'm not a monster. I'm opinionated, sure, but I'm not a monster. The only person that suffered because of my stupid ideas is me, and I feel like my playing has suffered because I put a lot of emphasis on trying to be unique way too early on. Yeah, it is important to be unique and stand out as a guitarist, but you need to have a good understanding of how riffs work, of how music works, of how guitar solos work, and all that good stuff first. Because if you try to be unique without any information, you're just gonna fail. Kind of like me. Oh god. I always try to pull these videos back to something teachable, and I think in this case it's the following. Sometimes we think things, but we don't know why we think them. Sometimes those things aren't helpful, but we keep believing them because we're either in the habit of doing so or because we don't want to be seen as weak. Allow yourself and your ideas to develop and change, provided you're doing so because of some new experience or new information, and you will have a better time, I promise. Maybe think about some of the bad habits that you're in, either in your playing technique or in your philosophy about music, or maybe just your lifestyle. You've probably already acknowledged those bad habits internally, but you haven't acknowledged them to anyone else or put in the effort to change those bad habits, so maybe it's time to do something constructive. Maybe. Thanks so much for watching. I want to hear all about your bad habits in the comments section below, or you can tell me about a riff or a track or a solo that you love playing. That's all for this week. I'll see you next Friday.